This is Psycho Joe with True Sonic Fan, aka Andrew, here to talk about the characters of Sonic and the upcoming releases. So, first of all, let's start off with the character rants. What do you gotta say about this?
Well, when the character grants, well, they're not one of the bigger problems like the whole voice war, but it does bring quite a lot of rants and hate mails around the internet. So I like to begin this off with an overview of the whole thing. Well, what I see is that many characters there are many characters in the Sonic series for sure. And maybe some people think it's a little too much, for like a platforming series. But personally, I like all the characters. I like it that there's a lot of anthropomorphic animals or robots in the Sonic series. And I do not hate any of the characters, although there's one character I kind of wish they worked better on. But that's not really the point. But I like all the characters, and I'm surprised to see how many people are hating others just because they like a certain character or want a certain character to stay. It's not a big problem, but I mean, still, I don't think anyone likes getting hate mail just for liking, say, Cream the Rabbit.
Also, what about playable? Because with the upcoming releases, people are asking, is there more playable characters than just Sonic? I, for one, believe that would be a plus to the game, giving the game more replay value, and you could enjoy more out of it. What do you think?
Well, of course, some games should probably be Sonic only experience, but on other games they should definitely have more characters. Because Sonic is cool, but there's some other characters that people want to play as, and of course it will add replay value. So yeah, so it should be more of a 50-50, 60-75, where Sonic should be a solo only character, and the other 50 or so should be Sonic with more characters.
Okay, what about the new upcoming release of Sonic Chronicles? Well, how do you think that going into an RPG, you think they'll do good?
Well, of course. BioWare is a really great developer. They made games like Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, and they made the award-winning game Mass Effect for the Xbox 360. These guys know how to make an RPG. So these guys, I will assure you that these guys will know how to make a great Sonic story. They will know how to use the characters in the game, and hopefully with the characters with a better role and more depth added to them, hopefully that fans will now start to appreciate fans, or at least stop doing their character rants and causing problems on the internet.
Yeah, I believe that a lot of people, since there's not a lot of depth to these characters as of right now, I think this RPG will give them a chance to create the backstories and to tell more about these characters, and letting the people actually appreciate these characters more, because since this is an RPG, you would expect a lot more story to this game. And how do you think that they're going to have, especially in this game, since it's an RPG, they should have playable characters? You think that's a possibility? Have you found any evidence of this, or no?
Well, in this game, I found that there's about 10 playable characters, and 9 of them are already known to the series. You got, if I remember right, the list was Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Rouge the Bat, Cream the Rabbit, E123 Omega, and Big the Cat, and a new character called Shade. That should be the roster that we know so far. But obviously, if Sega doesn't have a lot of characters, how is this RPG game supposed to be possible? One character for an RPG? That wouldn't work, would it?
That game won't work at all. There'll be no point to an RPG with one character. So, now, in continuation, what about Sonic Unleashed? We've seen the trailers, we've seen a couple reviews, and things on Game Trailers TV. We see how that people have been arguing about it and saying that they're not gonna want to play this game because it has a werewolf in it, thinking that it's copying Zelda. What do you got to say about this?
Well, I mean, yes, the werewolf thing may be a kind of a copy, but when you think about it, it's still Sonic. And that's the whole point. I mean, it doesn't really matter of the whole werewolf. I think the werewolf is cool. It gives more depth to Sonic. And of course, I'm not going to consider Sonic and the werewolf separate. And I also think that this game will incorporate other characters very well. I mean, like, it wouldn't be. Wouldn't you think it'd be awesome to see how other characters like Tails, Knuckles, and Amy would react to having their best friend as a werewolf?
Bro, that'd be a pretty situation right there. Now, also, people have been arguing that because of the fighting in this game, as we have seen in trailers, that it's gonna be really slow, and people are like saying that they're gonna not buy the game just because of this, or just because of the voice actors. Now, I think that you should at least rent the game, give it a shot, right? If you're a true Sonic fan, that's what you'll do. Also, people are saying that it's going to be really slow. Well, you've seen that they have the 2D and the 3D, and they both look extremely fast and extremely challenging. That with the fighting is going to make a great game.
Yeah, pretty much. That's our pretty much overview for the Sonic characters. As this is an overview, and I'll be making more videos and put more depth into the characters. And also about that, I also started my own. Me and a friend of mine called Wildfire Night. I think that was her name. She and I actually agreed upon making our own comic series. And to add character depth, and obviously I don't think we'll. I mean, I hope that we do good, But if me and Wildfire Knights aren't able to make a good comic series to help improve the character development, at least I could rely on BioWare to do that for us. Well, this is a true Sonic fan and
Psycho Joe.
And well, this pretty much concludes our video. See you till next time.